Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this video on an application which we developed using Oracle APEX. It's JS-FATOORA to cover ZATCA phase 2 for Saudi Arabia tax authority. This Oracle APEX solution developed in less than 5 days, within a week. And this is where I wanted to show the strength of Oracle APEX. And the second point is why I selected APEX, Oracle APEX. Because normally when you are having Oracle EBS, so it is better to stay on the same side of technology. Means if you have Oracle expertise, you are having people working on, technically working on Oracle. So to provide solution within Oracle, it is really, for a better understanding, for better communication, and there will be no fear factor as well. So this is where Oracle to Oracle connectivity is there. So I mean, anyone who is already dealing with Oracle EBS, he can deal Oracle APEX as well. Plus Oracle APEX you can use for other in-house application developments, which I will discuss in the later slides. Okay, let's proceed with this ZATCA. So its word is ZATCA. Okay. What we offer is normally Oracle EBS R12 and Oracle APEX services, enhancements, Oracle EBS support, AMCs and Oracle APEX, development trainings, etc., database administration, project management, document management, excuse me, self-service application using Oracle APEX with workflows. So every company, they need some self-service applications for approvals, I-recruitment, I-procurement, all these are in Oracle APEX. Okay. And offshore, we are providing offshore services. All these are remote. And at the same time, if you need offshore services, let's say for example as a back office, can be provided. Okay. Oracle EBS, ERPstuff.com is a community platform since 2006, so it's well known globally. JS-FATOORA and EBS, specialized for Oracle and Oracle EBS. That's what I am saying, specialized. Yes, you can use for other accounting or applications as well. The only thing you have to provide data in certain tables of Oracle, that's it. So if you are having other ERPs or anything, that can also be integrated, which I will show in the later slides. This application will be on-site because there are certain limitations in Saudi Arabia as well for the cloud. So it will be an on-site application, and we will be providing in this application onboarding for ZATCA, generating CSID, XML UBL 2.1 standards. As of now, this is in place, and then compliance of invoices, desktop, Android and iOS application using PWA. So the good thing is of this application, Oracle APEX, you will be getting desktop version, you will be getting Android, you will be getting iOS. So 3 in 1. QR code will be generated, and invoices, debit and credit notes, reporting to the ZATCA. Excuse me. Archiving files locally in database and OS folders. So this is something we thought to keep the files in database as well, because sometimes anything can happen, and this is something legal requirement to keep your files or archives in archive, right? So at any point in time, if the authority asks for any invoice, you need to provide. No matter it is PDF or no matter it's an XML, but you need to provide. So we are keeping in database as well as OS folder. And from database, you can just download by using a click, and that's it. It will be downloaded locally and you can use it. So there will be 2 copies even there, right? We do offer automatic emailing because as per ZATCA, you should not share standard invoice with your customer until it is not signed by ZATCA. So this is a requirement. So this system, let's say for example, this system will send the invoice to the ZATCA. ZATCA will verify it. It has certain checks. Once it will verify, it will sign it. Sign is to adding certain certificates in that. So once that document will come back to us, which is saved here, this one, right? We are saving it over here. Even generated files we are saving in database as well as our folder, archiving folders. But signed copy need to be shared with the customers. So they can verify even with the ZATCA that it is valid or invalid. So this signing will make sure the file is never changed or updated, right? Because these are XML files, so anyone can just go there and he can change any value. So if you will change any value, those signatures or those certificates will become invalid. Okay. We do provide scheduling or manual submission. So normally as per ZATCA, you need to submit your invoices within 24 hours. So you can schedule end of the day, up to you, or you can schedule every 1 minute. If there is any new invoice, just submit. So, or you can even have a manual. That means just open the screen, whatever is pending, just click submit, 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 something like that, and it will be sent to ZATCA. Another thing is, many companies, they are complaining that we are getting complaints from the ZATCA that there are so many errors in the submissions, right? And it is negative for the company that there are errors or there are mistakes. So what we are doing pre-validations. So let's say for example, when you will be pushing or we will be pulling data from the EBS, we will be doing certain validations, done. After validation, again, before submitting for signatures, we are submitting the invoice for compliance. Okay, is it okay? If there is an issue, or it is good to go. So with all validation, verification, then after that we are going to report it. The reporting is the last stage to the ZATCA. That is submission for the signature, right? So with all these validation, rejection possibility is rare. That is there any, yeah, it can be link problem or something like that. That is something different. But ideally, due to data, it will even not go to the ZATCA. If there is any problem, if there is any data or anything is missing, you can't even enter the data. So proceeding is something different. Okay, so normally what are the prerequisites? If you see on the right side, I mentioned no additional licensing cost, no recurring cost. These days companies are really worried about the recurring cost, licensing cost, because it's a huge and they're really afraid or they don't like it. So this is where we thought to come up with Oracle APEX, and let me show you over here. For this, if you are already having Oracle APEX, then no additional cost, zero cost for the infrastructure, right? So if you don't have, I'm just assuming if you don't have, so you need just Oracle Database Enterprise Edition. Oracle APEX is part of this license. So it's not separate license that you need a developer license or anything. No, it's free. Tomcat, it is free. If you will go with the Oracle Web Server, yes, that is licensed, but Tomcat is more than enough. SSL certificate, yes, you need it. That is, in any case you need it, no matter which application or which solution you will get it, you need that. Oracle Linux, again, it will be free, and if you have Windows, maybe you have a enterprise license, something like that, but otherwise you might need that license. So it will be in virtual machine, so it's fine. And internet, I'm saying free because you were already having internet, so you don't need something new connection or new bundle for this, so it will be again no additional cost. Local connectivity of the databases, yeah, it will be free because you are connecting locally using DB links or ODBC or even web services locally if you want to, up to you. Because normally what happens in Oracle EBS, web services are not enabled or not installed, or any connection is not made. So again, it will be a DB link locally where limited access is required, maybe of a view, and or you can push the data to the Apex database. So it will be internal communication, so no risk at all. At the same time, you can also, or we are offering Excel based, but that is not an automation. That is something manual. So you will export in Excel, and that is not something a good solution for application like Oracle EBS. JS-FATOORA app. So, and the good thing is here, it will be a one-time cost, right? It will not be a recurring cost like annual renewals or anything, nothing like that. If any company, they want any EMC, okay, most welcome, but otherwise it's not mandatory, because this is what we are offering, Oracle EBS. If someone has, that means they have our Oracle expertise, they have Oracle experts, so they can support even in Oracle APEX. Okay, so that's what I have mentioned, no additional licensing cost. Sorry. So if you see this diagram, if I will start with this ERP, this is your EBS. So EBS will be connected using DB link with an or ODBC or web services, whatever you want, with Oracle APEX DB. And Oracle APEX DB on same machine. You don't need even buy, if it is not very overloaded or something, you don't need that. So on single machine you will have DB as well as Tomcat and RESTful services. So these connection will be there, and then Oracle APEX RESTful services will be connecting through firewall to the internet and ZATCA server using web services, and it will be push services, because I think they are mostly they are post services. So we will be pushing data to them, and they will be responding us back with the result. Okay. So here there is a note for those for those companies only need Oracle Database Enterprise license, and same APEX can be used. Many other in-house applications. Okay, the point over here is that let's say, for example, if you are buying or getting this license or this Oracle database, this or Oracle APEX any version, you don't need to be used it for only ZATCA. You can use it for other in-house applications, because ideally if you are using any sort of in-house developments using Oracle forms or reports, this is a better alternate options. In Oracle developer, it's a now old technology as well. It's heavy as well, and it has separate licenses, by the way, for each site or each machine or each developer, what you can call it. But here it is a web-based application, Oracle APEX, and it is very smooth, low-code application, development tool, and you can do integration with the Oracle EBS. You can create dashboards, you can create reports, you can provide data upload features, things like that. So at the same time, I am just advocating or presenting you Oracle APEX features as well. Okay, so this is where our application will be there. So you can see onboarding process. So at the first time while you are testing, you will have a CCID, which is a compliance CSID, and then it is a production CSID, which will be converted, if you see here. So first you will test, and when you are moving towards production, you will click and it will regenerate all the certificates and things like that. And if you see here, the certificate is issued, the status is there, and CSR will be generated automatically from this information, which is over here, right? and here you can put some description, things like that. And this is the request ID which is returned from the ZATCA. Okay, so we are providing few lookups over there, so if in case to make it flexible for the data entry. Ideally it shouldn't be required in our application because this is something for demo. You are not going to enter invoices in our application. It will be just to show, or you can say display, or for testing. Otherwise it will be push services from your EBS. Tax invoices, debit credit notes. So you see this screen is showing you the tax invoices. This is the type, right? And debit note, credit notes, tax, things like that. And if you see here on the right, so these are cleared by ZATCA, which I had submitted just for testing, and these are new yet not submitted because I kept it manual. So I have to click and then it will be submitted. After compliance, verification, validation, then it will be submitted for clearance reporting, which is called reporting. And if there is no problem at all, it will be cleared, and we will receive the signed standard invoice in XML format. Okay. So this is just to show the screen that how data will look like in our application, which will be normally pushed from the EBS. So if you see here, it is showing you the status of clear. Okay, this is the QR code which will be provided back to your EBS, and it can be used on your report if it is required, because normally this PDF report is not mandatory for ZATCA reporting. They need XML, UBL 2.1 format, or PDF. I think they have version 3 with XML embedded. So all options are there. So in all this, the most difficult part, I would say, that is the generation of this QR code, this string. It is not just simple string, it has multiple level of calculation. So that's why if this is available, then you can show the QR code. And here there are lines I just showed over here just for the demo purpose. And if you see here, since it is a standard invoice, in this you need to have both seller and buyer information to be pushed in the XML format. Seller and buyer. So if you see, there are two major categories. One is simplified invoice, one is standard tax invoice. So simplified is B2C, that is from POS, where you don't know the buyer, or you are not capturing the information of the buyer. But in B2B, that is business to business, in that you need both sellers and buyers. Okay, now if you see here the signed invoices, what we are doing, we are keeping the signed invoices in the local folder. So anytime you can get the signed which came from ZATCA. If you see here, this one, this is signed, right? And now if this file is ever changed, any change, if you put any dot, that means now it is invalid and it will not be verified with the version uploaded or shared with or which was signed by ZATCA, this copy. So that's where it is signed, so to restrict or eliminate any tampering thing, that if someone can change or someone will change invoice, right? So this is now, for example, when you will share with your customers, they can get validated if there is anything change or not, so it will be invalid, right, if there is any change. So at the same time, this is the XML format which we received from ZATCA, and this is UBL 2.1 format. And if you see here, we have this PIH, this is the previous invoice information, and because you need to keep some sequence as well, otherwise there can be gaps. And there is a QR code, this is a QR code, and other information also for sure it is there, but this is the signed copy returned from ZATCA. Keeping signed file XML in Oracle table and file in OS folder, right? So we are keeping both options. Okay, text invoices PDF formats. This is optional. That's what I already mentioned. The PDF format is mentioned, but I'm trying to show you because it is showing you the required information which is mandatory for the invoice. The first one is simplified invoice, which is B2C. This is normally on your POS, where you are not capturing the buyer information, you are just having the seller VAT number. Okay, so seller address information is there, VAT amount, QR code, invoice type, date and time of invoice issuance, seller name is there, so subtotals inclusive, everything is there, but buyer is not there. So this is B2C. But on the other hand, if you go to standard invoice, standard tax invoice, you will be needing the buyer information as well. If you see here, you need the buyer information, your customer information. Seller information for sure will be there. All other information which was covered in this simplified invoice, it is there, right? So this is the difference, and this is the QR code. And it has a format, it has a standards, and you can't just have a font. It needs a lot of calculation on the back end, TLVs and all those things, which I'm not going in technical at the moment. But if you see here, it is on the both invoices, QR code, and this is mandatory. And QR code was mandatory in the phase 1, but we are now talking about phase 2, where we have to submit the invoices to the tax authority. I was sharing the complexity and all those things of the QR code. So ideally this QR code is having all this information. So if you see here, the phase 1 was having up to this five tags, right? And the phase 2, it is having all this information and plus submission to the tax authority. So you need connectivity with the tax authority, you have to submit and all those. So this was preparation, and then now you need additional information. So even your QR code is having hash signatures. So all these. So once you will scan this, you will get all the information of the QR of the invoice, right? And all this information you see here. And this is now applicable from 1st January 2023. All companies in the waves or in the phases, they have to move to this ZATCA connectivity and compliance for the phase 2. This is just our dashboard, which can be further enhanced, or just for the sample I put it over there. So documents, what are there, debit memo, this and how many are there, how many cleared, how many failed. I just rejected one, so show you if there is any failed, it will be there. New, how many new are there which you can say pending. So here there is some sort of, this is the VAT number of the company, it is taken from the setup. Okay, what is invoicing, ZATCA, etc. So ZATCA is Zakat Tax and Customs Authority of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, right? Okay, if we talk about project timelines, normally it takes 4 to 6 weeks, I believe, but all depends on the data of the company, how data is already clean, accurate, because normally tools fail when data is not accurate. Okay, so here there are certain tasks mentioned here, which can be plus or minus a little bit depending on the company and on the project. RESTful setup and things like that, unit testing if things are not already in place. Week 3 is the UAT, the first UAT, resolving any challenge and then resolving and all those things. And in week 4, another UAT. So once you resolve all these, another UAT testing plus training, user manual, or you can even move this training over here before UAT 1 or things like that, because ideally there is no training for the users. Users have to enter correct invoices. rest is maybe training for the IT guys to check the connectivities and all those things. So after 4 weeks, moving to live. All this plan depends on the current setup. So this is minus Oracle EBS. So in this we are not discussing or addressing anything in Oracle EBS. But if it is required, let's say any report is need to be developed or any view need to be developed and things like that. Sometimes companies don't have any resource. So for that, it is almost same. But here we are adding 2 weeks over here, depending on the complexity as well again. And yes, we are adding over here. So if a report need to be developed, ideally these need to be done by the EBS guys who are already supporting or managing it. Rest is same, and then after 6 weeks, most probably it can be plus or minus as well. Again, it depends. Sometimes UAT getting delayed due to different challenges. So this is, you can say max or it is min. I mean, both options are there. I believe I have explained the whole concept, and this is where you can request for the information. I am dealing with Oracle EBS and Oracle products for now more than 25 years, and Alhamdulillah we have a good team of Oracle APEX and Oracle who can support you, who can provide you quality of services. And the good thing is I'm back of it with this much experience, so this adds value, Alhamdulillah. And at the same time I have I'm Oracle ACE as well, so in Oracle community I'm Alhamdulillah well known, so that credibility is always there, working with banks, working with big companies, working with like Oman LNG, Oman Oil, big companies, big textile companies in Pakistan as well. So that experience is there, right? And just knowing technically will not add any value. You need to know the business as well, and this is where we are good at it. So if you have any question or query, and the good thing is this is I proposed Oracle APEX, and we are developing .NET application as well for the Fatoora, e-Fatoora. So so in this month, it's, inshallah, we will be announcing that as well. And please do let us know if you have any query or you have any requirement. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.